Hi, this is Vincent, and welcome to Right of Way, a vlog about traffic, transport, and road safety. For today's episode, I'd like to try to do something a little different. I'd like to see if we can translate words and your support into action. Over the course of the nearly 2 years that I've been doing this vlog, little has really changed or improved in the areas of traffic, transport, and road safety. So I was thinking we could do something small but perhaps significant. What I'd like to do today is relatively simple. I would like to see if we can get the MMDA to respond to my request for clarification on their PUV lane policy along EDSA. I've done at least 3 videos on this topic. We'll include the links below. Let me read to you their PUV lane policy, sometimes called the Yellow Bus Lane Policy, which comes from the MMDA Memorandum Circular 08, Series of 2012, dated July 12, 2012. Section 3C says, quote, private vehicles may only enter the PUV lanes when making right turns to side roads of EDSA or when entering EDSA from the side roads. There are appropriate lane markings for this, close quote. That's all the policy says. In November of 2017, I tweeted the MMDA and asked them, how early can a private vehicle exiting EDSA enter the PUV lane? Their response was 100 meters. I asked if the 100 meters was written down anywhere. They said no, but there is, quote, a broken line leading to corners, close quote. Without going into too much detail as to why I think their policy needs clarification, you can watch the previous episodes if you want a clear explanation. I think it's a deficient policy for a few reasons. 1, not all places that you can legitimately exit or enter EDSA have those appropriate lane markings. And the places that do have appropriate lane markings, they're way too short. At Estrella in Makati, the line is only 43 meters, and the line to enter San Carlos Seminary in Guadalupe, Makati is even shorter at only 25 meters. How do I know this? Because I went there and measured them myself. 3, and unless the 100 meters is written down in a policy, it cannot really be considered part of that policy. In fact, in one of my episodes, we pointed this out to an MMDA adjudicating officer. He didn't know about the 100 meters and could only refer to MC08 series of 2012, which has no mention of any 100 meters. In a series of tweets over the years and in a series of emails, I've been asking the MMDA to clarify its policy. Briefly, I sent them a comprehensive email on December 14 of last year. To their credit and to my surprise, the MMDA responded 7 minutes after I sent the email. Basically, the Office of the MMDA Chairman endorsed my query to the Assistant General Manager for Operations, quote, for appropriate action and reply, close quote. Then over the next 8.5 months, I sent 7 follow-up emails in January, February, March, and May without receiving a single response. My latest email was sent a few days ago on September 2 in anticipation of this episode. And I finally received a reply 30 minutes after I sent my email, saying that my concern would be forwarded to the AGM for Operations. Then I was CC'd in a second email from the Office of the Chairman to the AGM for Operations, directing them to respond to my query. Let's put our query into more concrete terms. Using only their policy, as described in Section 3C of that Memorandum Circular 08 Series of 2012, we'd like the MMDA to answer the following 2 questions. First, without appropriate lane markings, how is a private vehicle supposed to enter or exit the Victor R. Potenciano Medical Center in Mandaluyong without getting a ticket? Second question, can the MMDA demonstrate to us how to safely use the 25-meter long lane marking to enter and exit San Carlos Seminary in light, medium, and heavy traffic conditions? If they cannot demonstrate how to abide by their own policy to do these 2 things, then I think they need to seriously review it. Let me be clear. I'm not against having lanes exclusively for public utility vehicles along EDSA. In fact, I actively support it. I just want MMDA to clarify its policy and consider the practical implications of its implementation. Unless they improve their policy, I'll be forced to label EDSA as the country's biggest ticket trap. Think about it. There's a perverse incentive not to clarify the policy. MMDA Chair Danny Lim tweeted that in 2018, they issued 327,338 tickets for yellow lane violations. At 500 pesos each, that is a potential 163,669,000 pesos in revenues. That represents roughly 5% of the total 2019 budget for the MMDA. To put that figure in perspective, it is over 3 times their total personnel cost of 52.3 million pesos. And that's the revenue only from PUV lane policy violations. If they clarify the policy, it's quite likely that in the future, they will collect a lot less from PUV lane tickets. As an aside, that being said, the MMDA could really use a bigger budget, but maybe we'll take that up in a separate episode. So how can you help? Simple. If you're watching on Facebook, click share and tag @MMDA and use the hashtags Pakisagot MMDA and PUV lane policy. If you're watching on Twitter, retweet this and tag @MMDA and also use the hashtags Pakisagot MMDA and hashtag PUV lane policy. If you're watching on YouTube, share the link to this video and share it with your friends and family on your other social media platforms using the same 2 hashtags. Hashtag Pakisagot MMDA, hashtag PUV lane policy, and tag the MMDA. So let's see if we can really turn our words and our sentiments into action. We really need the MMDA to clarify these things for us, because otherwise we have no choice but to call EDSA a ticket trap. If you have any photos, videos, ideas, or suggestions that you'd like to share with us, you can email us at rightofway@rappler.com or send us a message on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook at rightofwayph. Until then, this is Vincent, and I'm out of here. Stay safe on the road, guys.